A podcast has no name. They are untitled and they're oh so happy that you came to this revival. Yo, get hit with Ballard's Club when Megan mocks for Finn. See red for Becky Lynch when David cheers for the man. Straight out of Dublin and the Bronx when they watch games. He is a Blackhawks bloke, she is a Yankees dame. And they will say whatever the fuck they wanna say because untitled means no limits and they're rated MA. When you got Megan and Dave, your podcast don't need a name. Untitled, it will remain. Untitled, it will continue to be. This podcast don't need a name. Untitled, it will remain. Untitled with Megan and Dave. Got more flair than Charlotte, make more bank than Sasha. Don't care if you don't like those Pats. We'll rewatch Julian Edelman perform at peak perfection. Yeah, discuss it all at length, then change direction. Many topics, many episodes, and many emotional jabs. Old Dave will huff and puff whenever Megan gets mad. When Megan speaks her mind, the people run away. Cause yo, it's all untitled and it's rated MA. When you got Megan and Dave, your podcast don't need a name. Untitled, it will remain. Untitled, it will continue to be. This podcast don't need a name. Untitled, it will remain. Now here comes Megan and Dave.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Megan and Dave podcast, episode 27. We just hit the 27 club. I'm your host, Megan, and as always with me is Dave. Say hi.
Is it 27 special? It's a very specific number. Like everyone talks about 21, everyone talks about 30, maybe even 25, but 27?
27 has a club where people die.
Oh, that club.
I know that. That club.
We passed it. We passed that, so we're fine.
Oh, okay, we're alive, everyone, but I don't know if our podcast is going to die after this. But
knock on wood.
I'm Megan, and that's Dave as always. Alright, so a little bit different. We are not going to review and SmackDown up in here. Apparently...
Well, quick review for Raw. A lot of older people showed up. A lot of title changes happened. All of them being the 24/7 title, and apparently everybody was upset that the women had like 10 minutes total in the week. That's basically it.
So
that's your review of the shows.
I'm sorry, I just burped.
Exactly, yeah, we heard it.
So the best thing happened on SmackDown this week.
Yeah, Finn got scared by the Fiend.
No, it was like more Megan was scared of the Fiend.
Well,
what was he supposed to do?
What?
What was he supposed to do? Sit there?
Well, I know what you wanted him to do. Anyway.
Well, no, I think I was scared of the Fiend more than he was. I am a Slipknot fan. I don't know if you guys heard on the Untitled Jukebox, which honestly I hope if we put a Slipknot song on our thing, we don't get flagged. But I'm a Slipknot fan. They have scary masks. But when you are when you're cheering for somebody, like them a lot. And you're basically looking, you're invested. And obviously, I felt like I was there. I was an actual character next to Finn. Because I was...
Because you saying you're a character that was actually in the ring, like you haven't been Final Fantasy booked in the last 3 months. How'd you be in Finn's side and actually turning heel on him? True story. Because
No, no.
that's what everybody wants. Finn being turned on by someone with, say it with me here, busted knees.
No, honestly, it would make sense because I said that I think was it last week's show?
I don't
Yeah, it
know.
was last. Yeah, it was last week's show. It was last week's show. It would a perfect story if you have the female get kidnapped by Bray Wyatt or a female punch someone in the face. And obviously, if that was the case, then shit. If I was, if what's her name was by ringside, she would get kidnapped, either be kidnapped by Bray, or and if it was, she would have to go into the funhouse, and then if I was the manager, or vice versa, the manager, I would punch her in the face and lie with Bray, and then obviously Finn would have to break the spell, getting his friend back. So I don't know. It's confusing, but imagine if that storyline happens. So sans me because busted knees, as they would say.
Yep.
So yeah, but imagine that happened. I'm
Let's
gonna tell
not.
you right now. What?
Let's not.
No, Dave. Strange shit has happened in the past with
But not that strange.
Dave. I'll tell you right now. If when Finn comes back from his hiatus and we see that shit, you PayPal me $15.
What? He comes back. He comes back, and you come back with him.
No.
There you go.
If there is inserted in the storyline in a way, you owe me $15, and I think it's probably gonna happen because we've seen strange shit in the past. I mean, we see Renee Michelle, but then again, Renee Michelle was in WWE. So, just have a storyline based on the storyline. Wait, that doesn't make sense. But the only thing I'm just going to say this, okay? And this is just coming from Megan being 100% honest. If Finn's taking a sabbatical, is she going to take a sabbatical?
Why would she?
If you think of it, we don't know if they are engaged. People will say it, so we're just going to go out there. They're engaged. Yay, surprise.
Yay.
Yay, mazel tov. But you would think you would spend time with your spouse. I have more feelings to say about it, but I'm going to wait till after, what the hell is it?
Well, I'll throw you back with that. It's like, okay, you can be able to spend time with you have two, a boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever, they both work, and you can still be able to have one take time off and one do their job and still be able to, get together and all that. Also, I don't think Barrow's job is as physically tasking as Finn Balor's is because, like they said, like one of the reports said, you may want to change his coup de grace finisher before his legs turn into dust.
Yeah, we don't want that. And plus, he's 38 tomorrow. He's 38. Matter of fact, we are recording on Wednesday. This is going up on Tuesday. He's 38. So, yay!
What do you say? Record on a Thursday. We put up on a Tuesday. What?
We're recording on a Wednesday. We're going to be up on a Tuesday. Up. It's going to be up on a Thursday.
Yeah.
Excuse me, and Thursday is his birthday. Oh.
Anyway.
Alright. So, yeah. So, that was our little review. Alright. So, as we said, something is a little bit different this week for episode 27. Two topics came up. Everyone knows that I am a big baseball fan. So, Dave, you want to mention the person's name before I go raggly on a rant?
You might as well take it yourself.
Alright, so I'm going to take it from here. Okay, so the Yankees played the Rockies 3 years in the making. Remember what years ago. So, alright. So, on Saturday, I was at a bachelor party, but obviously we took a break from walking the boardwalk. The joint, we went to and obviously the Yankees were defeated, were whooped that ass on the Rockies. Did lose, but they won the following day. Uh, the Rockies did win. So I was being the person that I am, and said, hey, here's a message for you. Yankees are savages, and this is from Megan, who doesn't like you. And strangely enough, and this is excuse me, it's friendly reminder that the Yankees are forever savages. This message was from Megan, who still doesn't like you. And obviously, while Candy Fish was bam, I gotten good feud of the century. Uh, Here's the thing. He the person. Let me tell you why this is.
Guess what? You're breaking up again, so we didn't cut any of the last 15 seconds.
Okay. 15 seconds?
Yep.
That tweet was from Ryan Spielberg because apparently I don't like him. And this was 3 years in the making for a lot of reasons. One, I waited. Obviously, Rockies versus Yankees was a long time. There's a saying that says, what comes around goes around. And I remember he was talking a lot of poop or shit. No, screw it. This is my toast.
I like how you corrected the innocent word by saying the bad words.
My show.
It's like he was full of, pardon my French, poop.
Okay, so he was talking a lot of shit on Yankees. Honestly, the guy, we're not doing good. But it's funny how a blabber could talk, and I mentioned horrible, which obviously I still stand corrected because I stand to this day not corrected that if you're gonna make a comment about the Yankee security and someone that's not in the right proper place comes up and shoots them, and that's a big problem. And obviously that happened. This series happened at the dealing. Obviously, you know, I don't want to sound like a dick, but I'm gonna have to be a dick. I think this was a long time coming. I feel that the Yankees prove their savagery. They are savages, and Aaron Boone talking about. But at the end of the day, he has his job. And I don't like the bitch because I still think he's a bitch. And if he's gonna be a bitch behind a block, then easy for her like that. I didn't say negative shit towards him. I didn't say any negativity about him. I think my own negative energy came from how he represents. And let me tell you this right now: this MFer is getting free promo on my damn podcast. When he's getting free promo, basically. So that's the only thing I gotta say. So the MFer is getting free promo. So that's the only thing, and I'm gonna say this right now. You're gonna be crying like a little bitch when the Yankees possibly win the World Series. Possibly. They're not winning right now. 2-1 Twins. By the way, that game with Twins is pretty good. So yeah. Anything you want to say?
No, because
No, wait,
I'm already part of this grudge, so no.
Well, in a way, you are, because you did ask a question about why he blocked, and he blamed the block on the kids playing with his phone. I do remember that, which was the most dumbest excuse ever.
Anyway.
Anyway, so back to wrestling, which obviously wrestling is more important than
And actually,
talking about.
and it's actually something that some of the people listening to us may actually know something about, other than a obscure former baseball player turned announcer that blocked you on Twitter.
No, actually, correction. A insecure former baseball player at whatever that word is, mediocre at his best. Promised starting spot, was supposed to be a big star, turned into a big ass flop. He was basically stuck in the friggin' Rockies organization on AT&T, who my phone bill is basically paying for, because I do have AT&T. He's basically someone that's playing this face. He's not doing the big things like Swisher, Ibanez, Girardi, yada yada. You know, he's playing it safe, and obviously, you can't play it safe all the time. So that's the only thing I gotta say about that.
Let's move on, please.
All right, so now to the WWE thing. Give women a chance situation. Oh my God. I had to basically pile this into 5 parts. And obviously with the Raw thing and SmackDown combined, I personally think that SmackDown and Raw were not good when it comes to wrestling, especially Raw. Obviously the backstage segments with Naomi, Melina, Alundra, Candice, Kelly, Jillian, Tori, Eve, Maria. I think I'm forgetting more people. This is the issue. I'm going to say this to the end, but this is the issue I have with these shows. When they do like a 25th anniversary, a reunion, you know, SmackDown has a big pay-per-view a big thing coming up. Fox Sports plus the 20th anniversary. Well, the 20th anniversary was back a couple years ago. Here is the issue I have.
Wait, what was that 20th anniversary a couple years ago? No, it wasn't.
Oh, 20th anniversary of SmackDown is here. It's coming up soon, right?
It's this year, isn't it?
Yeah. I think Fox kicks it off. But here is the thing I have. And I don't like this with a passion.
Actually, I'll just say this. It was actually 20th anniversary actually passed. It was in April. It was April 20. It was the first SmackDown was April 29, 99.
Okay. Here's the problem I have with this, and this always happens. A lot of the fans are saying they want to see the current crop of girls we have on the roster go against past people, and obviously this combines with evolution. Should there be an evolution too? And I'm going to ask you this, Dave.
Okay.
Should there be an evolution too? Should I go first?
You can.
I think there should be an evolution too, and I'll tell you why. If the rumors are true, they're possibly having Trish versus Charlotte at SummerSlam this year. Past great versus present great in Charlotte. Let's be honest. Even though she does have 9 runs, or 8, is it 9 or 8?
I can check that for you.
Okay, so I'm going to continue. So basically, you have Trish at 7 and Charlotte's a possible 8 or 9. I don't know, but it does make sense where it's going. But I think there should be an evolution too.
It's 9. It's 9.
Okay, there should be a past versus present thing going on with Charlotte. Charlotte, to be honest, is a great. Trish is also great. Charlotte's great in our generation. Trish isn't also great in the past generation. I think because of possible match, there should be an evolution too. Let the people have Trish. Bailey versus Lita possibly. Natalia versus not there. Maybe Natalia versus Alundra. Melina versus Naomi. This is probably going to be a long shot. Gail versus Sasha, but obviously with knowing Gail, who can't let bygones be bygones, to be honest, it should be understandable. But obviously, I think personally, it needs to be like Gail versus Sasha if Sasha ever returns. Thing is, if the Saudi Arabia shows can have 2 shows a year, Evolution can have the second Evolution. That's just my opinion. Now, excuse me. Now, if this was only for publicity stunt and Ronda Rousey, then that's a problem I have. Now, another issue was, and I know fans are cheering for the past, and they want to see the past. Hell, I've seen people from the past, but there's certain eras I don't care for. And honestly, I didn't feel era after Trish and Lita until Mickie James left. To be honest, I didn't really necessarily have a favorite during that era after Mickie left. And that was, well, if you want to say Gail, but it was kind of hard getting into somebody. But I understand people are happy that Kelly won a title in a way. But the 24/7 title, I mean, it's not a big deal because it's the youngest title right now. And I think it's only for humor. And then you had Candice with it, and then Alundra, obviously, $1 Million Man, but the title. What are your thoughts on this?
I'm kind of torn because I kind of feel like it was good to have the first Evolution pay-per-view, but I kind of feel like sorry. I feel like the circumstances for it was basically a perfect storm of Rousey is in the company, so you're getting more exposure. The women were getting more airtime, be taken more seriously there. And also the Saudi Arabia show, which the women couldn't go. So, I think doing at that time worked. Because, it worked, but I also feel like it was half to appease people, but also half as a PR thing. Because, like, hey, look at this, we can get more exposure because we're doing an all-women's pay-per-view, yay! And also Ronda Rousey's in the main event. If you're really gonna do an all-women's pay-per-view, and you weren't doing it for the, if you're really gonna do an all-women's pay-per-view and you weren't doing it for the exposure, Ronda Rousey wouldn't have been in the main event. Just saying. I think, but I think this time, it would seem a bit late now to do it. Because if you want to do it as a yearly thing, you could do it as a yearly thing. You would have it in the schedule. They don't have it in the schedule.
Yeah, actually, it's on WWE.com, but I can't say because it's not in the schedule. This is just my opinion. I would have that as the last show of the year. Take tables, ladders, and chairs out. You already had an Extreme pay-per-view, which was Extreme Rules. Take TLC out and have Evolution to be your last show of the year.
No. I kind of feel like if you were going to do the women's pay-per-view, it would probably be best to have it at the spot it was in last year. Like a week or two before you have the Saudi show, which is all men's show. You know? So it's like, you've got those two side by side. The only problem I've got now, I was trying to say there is, now I kind of feel like, because Rousey's not in, and because WWE has already done they've done the big push for the women. The women are the main event. I kind of now have a feeling, and this week kind of showed me that this might be the case. WWE kind of like, okay, we've done all the women's stuff. We've given you the Royal Rumble. We've given you your own pay-per-view. We've put you in the main event. Now it's like, now we'll pull it back a bit.
See, I personally think that that's not really fair, because they had the main event, which obviously they deserve it. It was the first women's main event WrestleMania.
I'll just throw this back at you, just as a what if. If Ronda Rousey wasn't in that match, would the women have main event of WrestleMania?
I'm gonna be honest, yes.
You would think they would still put them in the main event?
Yes, because at the time, WWE needs to understand that this is now a new time, and this is time. And with the feud Shawn and Becky had, you had two big names in the Evolution, or sorry, it was Evolution 1 and 2. It made sense. I mean, honestly, should the women have main event WrestleMania 32? You could say that, because it was a new beginning. But now, if Ronda was an WWE, okay, I that could have not happened. To be honest, I think it should have happened, regardless.
My thought is like, I don't think they would have put them in the main event. I think it was like, if WWE didn't have Ronda Rousey in that match, they wouldn't have had the courage to put him in the main event, because basically, if you see WWE, especially a WrestleMania season, and look into the Hall of Fame announcements if you even want to, or even, hell, they're even still doing it now. They are so focused on getting so much media attention during those months.
TMZ has reported. CBS.
TMZ has reported this person in the Hall of Fame before WWE do it. It's so blatant that WWE are telling these companies, here, this is what it is, post it. And it's like, how can it be that all the media outlets, and notice it's different media outlets every week, they all report on someone going into like the Hall of Fame, or some report going on before WWE do. And WWE's first post is always like, as reported by Sports Illustrated, as reported by CBS, as reported by, I don't know, Playboy.
Oh,
just
geez.
That kind of thing, I don't know, I couldn't think of anything else. So it's like, you don't realize that WWE are that desperate that they're feeding stuff to the companies? I don't know. But it's just, I just think that if Rousey wasn't there, they wouldn't have done it. I think it was like they not as the main event. It's like when when there was the talk of, okay, you've got Kofi and Bryan. Ladies and gentlemen, we have I believe our second flush toilet of the show's history.
I'm sorry.
Just as I say Kobe, as soon as I say, okay, we have Kobe versus Bryan. Anyway, no, it's like we have Kobe versus Bryan, we've got Seth versus Brock, and we've got the triple threat. And there was a talk of which one of these is actually going to be the main event. They're all quote unquote main events, but which one is the main event, the last match? So that was that talk of that. I believe that if it was just Becky and Charlotte rather than Becky, Charlotte, and Ronda, the talk would just be the two men's matches. I think it was like, it would probably be, the women's match probably would have been second to last, and probably used as a cool down match for the main events. I personally believe, and I believe that because I keep trying to get to this point, because Ronda Rousey's not in WWE anymore, and because WWE has already played the nostalgia trick of all the legends of the past coming in for the Evolution pay-per-view, which, if you notice, they did for the first Royal Rumble, and then they didn't do it for the second. I got a feeling that that WWE, if WWE do an Evolution pay-per-view a second time, it will be out of pity and or PR. I don't think that's the way. That's why they should do it. I can't see them doing the Legends Comeback thing again because you've already done it. And I don't think there's NXT, yeah, but they did NXT as well. They did the Mae Young Classic final.
Okay, yeah, that's true. But
and the NXT title match.
Okay, but they didn't feature anyone from NXT in that battle royal, as I thought. But here's the thing. I think they're gonna do a second Evolution, but they have past versus the present.
That was some. Well, here's the problem. I think that's what something they should have done. Like if we're trying to talk about Raw Reunion, that's something they should have done at Raw Reunion, because it's what they should have. Because WWE just did that show for nostalgia, and for just bumping the ratings and all that. What they should have done, and they actually did one on SmackDown, was have the Legends actually interact in the ring with. Actually, no, they did a couple of times. No, have the Legends interact with the current to pass it on. Like there was a couple of times. There was Shawn Michaels, Dolph Ziggler on SmackDown. That was fucking what?
That was yesterday.
There was DX with Seth Rollins. There was Devon Dudley with the Revival going up against Rikishi of the Usos. Rikishi with the Usos makes sense. Devon Dudley with the Revival. That's a head scratcher. No disrespect to Devon Dudley, but it's like that's the head scratcher. Like the only times I've ever seen Devon Dudley on his own and actually, you know, I don't wonder where Bubba Ray Dudley was when he was Reverend Devon.
Yeah, Bubba Ray was on Raw. But no, since you did mention DX and Seth. Let's not,
please. I was just saying that from. No. I know where you're gonna go with this. Let's not. But my kind of point is just like. They should have done that. They should have done that more. It's like it was like the most legend uses of the show was commentary spots and 24/7 shenanigans. Which fair enough, go ahead and do that. But there was nothing else. It was like there was no, no legends talking about, current champions. There was like no former IC champions talking to the current IC champion. There's no like world champions talking to the current world champion. That kind of thing. Even like the women had what? 2 segments on Raw, maybe? I think. Moment of Bliss, and I can't even think of a second one. Why was there no women in the past that showed up there or something? I don't know.
I guess the focus was on what the hell is that storyline? Natty versus the.
Which fair enough, that one worked, but it was 5 minutes and a 3-hour show. Go ahead.
Alright, I don't know. But I just know one thing. Alright, but no, but in all seriousness, Ember versus Charlotte. Now let's be 100% honest. I was looking forward to this match. I was 100% looking forward to this match. And obviously, it became a disappointment. A minute. Come on, Ember and Charlotte should have won at least for a good while. My honest opinion. This wasn't a good while. This was absolute shit. And I feel like this was a slap in the face, especially considering that Ember Moon is your next challenger. I don't know what the fuck was that. That was about. So what issue going on here with the women? Or do they not care anymore because Ronda Rousey's not there?
That might actually be the case. I think it's like I said, they're pulling them back. It's. But on the it's about pulling them back. But on the other hand, it's like it may also be a bit of a hangover effect. Because you remember SmackDown last week, probably 4 segments was it? They had a lot of time last week. They had a lot of time last week, and this week is like not so much. I think it's just they just need to be consistent with the time. You know, it's like they have to give. It's like they have to give. Okay, fair enough. They may already book like, okay, we're gonna give the women this many number of segments throughout the whole show, but they need to know. They need to also know how much time is put in those segments. It's good that you're like, okay, you have 4 women's segments in a 12-segment show, which is fair enough. But if those 4 segments only total 20 minutes into a 3-hour show, that's something wrong.
Yo, honestly, I think SmackDown should go 3 hours.
No. Going 3 hours does not fix the problem. Because why do you think so many people want Raw to go back to 2 hours? It's, you know, it stretches it out a bit more. And even with the wildcard thing, you've got 5 hours of, you know, of content. You have so many people on the roster, but what do? You got Shane McMahon, Roman Reigns showing up all the time on every show.
What brand is Roman on?
He's supposed to be SmackDown.
Motherfucker, go to SmackDown, please. You belong with, not Raw. Stop. Son. I don't know. Yo, if Finn goes on Raw next week, I'll be happy. Because he used his wild card, and he wasn't on wild card this week. So obviously he was selling the injury. But on honest to God, here's the thing: WWE needs to do something because they can't keep shafting us like this. I know fans are upset, and to be honest, you should be upset. However, this is just my honest opinion. Again, I'm saying an honest opinion a lot. There is alternative to not just you still here?
Yeah.
Not just WWE, and I think a lot of people are used to WWE, and there's alternative. There should be an alternative they should use. Someone on Mean Days Tavern mentioned that if you are upset with how it is, there are other alternatives. Impact Wrestling with Tessa Blanchard. You know, honestly, I hope she becomes the first female Impact champion. I think she has the ability to do it, and honestly, I hope she does. The next thing you know, we'll probably see her first WWE Women's World Champion too. Let's see. You have the independent promotions. You have AEW coming up. Their promotion's pretty good. You know, there are other alternatives to WWE if you guys are not happy. And honestly, if you're not happy, you know, just go there. It's not gonna hurt you or anything like that. You know, back when WWE was not doing well with women, I branched out and I checked and see what it was, and from there, you know, I've got used to people in other promotions too. Eventually came over to WWE. So there is other promotions you guys could take a look at. So not just one promotion, but I honestly I know I'm saying honestly a lot. I feel everyone being fun. So anything else you want to add?
Nah.
Okay, but real Smackville, tell us
Say that again.
predictions.
You're gone again. You're gone again. You actually are gone.
You.
Hello. Wait. Oh, you.
Dave.
Yes, you're gone. You're completely disappearing on me.
Where the hell did my co-host go?
I'm right here. You're the one that disappeared.
Did I just lose my co-host?
We haven't had no difficulties, folks. Neither one of us could hear the
Hello?
other. Hello. Yep.
Whoa.
We're in trouble here.
What happened here?
This is a problem of technical difficulty trying to talk to somebody on the other side of the Atlantic through Discord.
What just happened to my co-host?
See what I'm talking about? I haven't. I think somebody's mic stopped working because he just took it out and feedback.
Alright, I don't know what happened there. But is there anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I was trying to say I didn't hear the last 15 seconds of that like 2 minutes ago. So, but it doesn't matter because it's all gone. Never mind. Hey, and you're going again.
Jesus Christ.
It's connection.
I'm going to end up taking this connection there. But here is the thing. You want to Smashville result?
I'm sorry?
There's a show in Smashville.
What's this about Smashville?
There's a show in Smashville.
Putting a house show on the network because they want to go up against CM Punk and Starcast. Like, it's so blatant. Like, they like the Evolve thing. No point because like it's a house show, so no any point.
Smashville was I'm sorry, the Evolve show was actually pretty good.
Yeah, no, the Evolve show was good, but I'm talking about the WWE put on the network when it just okay, coincidence maybe, but like, it just happened to be going up against another AEW show.
No, I'm going to be honest. AEW, and I know I'm going to get flack, but AEW Fight for the Fallen was not that good as I expected.
Yeah, probably expectations were a bit too high, maybe.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of, low. But, alright, so if we did that, we'd probably say all chance retained.
Sure.
Okay, so here is the thing. Anything else you want to add regarding our sentiments?
Not really. Though actually, there was one thing I should say about AEW. Well, they've got some very very good timing, very good planners. Because they announced that they did a release. They announced a release date for that TV show.
Your birthday.
Which just so happens to be on my birthday.
You get a launch. I get a wrestling pay-per-view.
Yep.
I got Hell in a Cell. So there's gonna be Hell in a Cell on my birthday. So I don't know what's gonna happen there. Maybe the demon will come out on the birthday, but I'm pumped. But alright. Alright. So going to the 5BW side. Defense. Alright. Okay. Here. Obviously, I said mention what's gonna happen. Mention what's gonna go down. Okay. Here. And I'm repeating myself. 5BW people. Everyone. Dave, you are included too. There is a house show weekend. It's 4-match card. The current crop of people I do need to see that haven't been what the hell is that called?
Alive.
The 5 alive that's been checking up on or just signed up. If you are not on this house show loop or house show loop, I do apologize. There is going to be more show coming up. The house shows in order to gap it out. Hell, there might be one before Royal Crown. We're just doing this to get it out of the way. Just check and see, and check up on us and everything like that. So just check up on us and see what's going on with your character. Secondly, or the second week. Royal Crown. I'm trying to pick card by
And she's gone again. Technical! There again! Technical again!
Oh jeez, I'm gonna end up killing these.
Restart point 2.
Okay, so point Royal Crown is gonna be fine Thursday or Friday of next week. I do want to get writing. Don't forget, I am my no, I'm not getting married. My friend's wedding is coming in 30 days, so it's gonna be a while. And I just want to get writing. So if anyone wants to write a match, just hit me up. I'll assign you one with the result. So yeah, but keep doing what we're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Everyone's doing good. Dave and I basically blew up Twitter today in a way, but it's all good with that. Untitled, us. Hello,
Hi.
hi. That's us. Live show 30 is after SummerSlam. Live show 30 is after SummerSlam. If anyone wants to be on a live show, you can with us. So yeah, that is.
If this is 27, it'll be 3 weeks from now.
Yes, 3 weeks. And I should mention I did in a way I did get a new laptop, which I do hope.
Say that again.
I got a new laptop, and I do hope it comes on time. Because I was supposed to get one back in April, but that never showed up. It's finger button. So we tried it again, plus it's back to sale. And so, anything you want to say?
No, I think we're good.
All right. So I guess that's it for our show. 5BW people, keep on doing what you're doing. Just don't get out of control. And like we are, but
Like we did today.
No, honestly, I'm gonna be honest here. I know there's a misconception about a lot of us here, me especially, saying I spew out my character, with hate, bigotry, and yada. That's not true. And people be like, "Oh my God, you are evil. You are like that in real life." Anyone knows me in my real life, I'm like that. I cuss up a storm, but I'm not saying I'm gonna do this, do that, do this, do that. There's a lot of things, and obviously I was talking to Sam handler, and I was a little bit worried about how the reaction was with Brittany right now. All right, let's do a Foreman Megan's EFED project thing. So, Dave, you're basically me. Ask about my character, Brittany.
How is she? I don't know. I don't know. You asked me what to ask about. I don't know what to ask.
Okay, so when after the Megan's EFED project, it came. The main question was, how did you come up with a character? The character Brittany is based obviously
Based on what?
She's trouble.
Yeah.
She had a trouble past. She had a trouble past. Her grandmother raised her. Her mom basically not really left her. She didn't know her father. She didn't appreciate her grandmother strictly because her grandmother was Christian. She started living out in the streets by doing street stuff by the time she was 16. Had sex when she was 17. Started stripping when she younger, and obviously she went to wrestling. She got into fights and everything. She went to jail for a bit because of fighting. Obviously, wrestling came to change her way. It did change her way, but she still has those tendencies. The reason why Brittany's saying she hates snitches, and obviously with the whole snitch thing with Fiona Franklin, the drug thing with Mary Ellen and everything like that, But the reason why I did the whole drug thing was the fact that, hey, Mary Ellen to go to Vegas. Hey, it happened. Drugs. So that's why Fiona I got that idea. So the wheels start turning. I know nobody does drugs. But here's the thing. Fiona said Mary Ellen snitched on her as well as Sam. That's what Fiona states. Brittany does not like snitch. And I think this is a little warning. This may trigger some. Brittany does not like snitches because she realized some people will snitch on her peer. Uh, when somebody snitches on you, it's either or they get snitches, or obviously they're pissed away. Or this is where the tricky part came in. This is where it goes to a little bit of a dark zone. And this one here, Brittany actually shot at someone, and because her boyfriend was snitched on at the time for hustling, Brittany was going to shoot the person. Brittany does not like snitches because of that, because her boyfriend was snitched on. And she thinks people she's pissed at Mary Ellen the most because she thinks that didn't get through Mary Ellen's head yet. And it takes time for Brittany to trust people again. That's why she's Lex. Lex doesn't bother her. But if say for example Lex turns his back on her, that's a problem. I'm just using it as an example. The reason why she doesn't like Sam, well, I was as between it. She can play the face or she can play the heel. But right now she's cool. She's cool with everyone unless she gets on her nerve. The thing is, if Brittany does not like you, Brittany doesn't like you because you are privileged. Brittany doesn't like you because you get away with things. Brittany does not like you because you are a snitch. Brittany does not like you because you have this thing where you can't back shit up. Where she came from nothing and she had to use violence, and obviously the whole thing was her actually shooting at somebody but not getting in trouble. That is kind of a little bit dark when it comes. She's from the hood. She's part of Washington. She's not getting along with Mary Ellen because she fears that Mary Ellen proved herself, but she's reverting the way back. That's why being devil's advocate, saying she doesn't like Mary Ellen. She does not want Mary Ellen to be wrapped up in the drama. So that's where Veronica thinks, because she thinks that Mary Ellen is not listening. Brittany doesn't like her because Brittany and her basically fought, and when you fight someone, you get respect in the street. That's what Brittany was trying to get, but Brittany hasn't seen respect back from Mary Ellen. That's why Mary Ellen's pissed. I mean, she was trying to be Samantha at one point, but obviously when Brittany finds out that someone snitched, that's a problem. And she does not like I'm a G or something, but Lansing does be a G. That's why my character comes in. Haley misguided. She thinks she wants to show his thing, but Melanie said no. She's misguided. Fiona is obviously the troublemaker and the brat compared to her face. Am I missing somebody? Hello?
I don't know.
Am I missing somebody out of my characters from 5EW?
Fiona?
I said.
And you broke up again.
Okay. I said Fiona. I said Veronica. I said Brittany. I said Haley. Oh, the GM. The GM is
Staff, yeah.
Megan. The GM is basically me in real life saying, "Oh, I don't like that stuff. Watch was she not being good?" And then obviously Dora was my first effect character when I started years ago. She's the motherly thing, and she does not like conflict. She wants people to succeed. So that's where the whole thing comes with Brittany. I know this. I drifted up, and the focus is on Brittany. would show you respect if you show her respect. She would get along if you're cool. She would get along with you if you don't bother. Once you either snitch, once you either are privileged a lot, once you're either this and that, as I said before, that's the issue where I've seen it. And obviously when I was about to tweet, I when Sam got back, I was like, I can't say it because I don't know how to react. So now I'm being more clear about comfort.
Breaking up again.
And obviously, shit, I'm gonna end up killing this fucking phone. Brittany comes from a dark past. She comes from a dark background. So if she gets up and she starts talking about this and that, then eventually she's gonna eventually say something. But I don't know how people would react. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So basically, I have this character down to a T. Because they're not all one side, all one brain. You come from one character. You got to think about it. It stands out last time you've seen. Anything else you want to add?
No. Let's just end this.
All right. So thank you to our show. Tune in next week for episode 28. And we'll see everyone there. Good night, everyone.
Bye.